Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're counting down 10 of the most iconic, celebrated, and downright desirable watches in the world right now. Timepieces that represent the absolute pinnacle of what mechanical watchmaking can be. From entry-level Swiss legends to Japanese haute horlogerie, this list spans a wide range of budgets and styles, but every single watch on it earns its place through genuine excellence. Whether you're dreaming about your next purchase or simply passionate about the craft, these are the watches every enthusiast needs to know. Let's get into it. Number 10. Christopher Ward C60 Trident Pro 300. The Christopher Ward C60 Trident Pro 300 is a professional-grade dive watch built for serious underwater use. Rated to 300 meters of water resistance, housed in a beautifully finished stainless steel case with a unidirectional ceramic bezel that feels premium in every interaction. What sets Christopher Ward apart from the crowd is their direct-to-consumer model. No retail markups, no authorized dealer markups, just Swiss-made quality delivered straight to your wrist at a price that makes the competition deeply uncomfortable. Inside beats an automatic movement with a solid power reserve that keeps this watch running reliably day after day. The dial is clean and purposeful, with excellent lume performance and a legibility that makes this a genuine tool watch rather than just a pretty face. The sapphire crystal adds scratch resistance, and the overall build quality is the kind you'd expect at a much higher price point. For those stepping into serious dive watch territory without stepping into four-figure plus territory, the C60 Trident Pro 300 is a revelation. The Christopher Ward C60 Trident Pro 300 retails for approximately $1,500 USD. Number 9. Nomos Tangente Neomatic 41. We take a sharp turn into the world of German watchmaking minimalism, and nothing represents that philosophy more beautifully than the Nomos Tangente Neomatic 41. Made in Glashütte, Germany, the heartland of precision watchmaking, Nomos has built a fiercely loyal following by combining Bauhaus-inspired design with genuine in-house manufacture quality. The Tangente is arguably their most iconic model, and the Neomatic 41 brings it into the automatic era while preserving every ounce of its clean, spare aesthetic. The dial is a masterclass in restraint, cream or white surface, thin baton indices, blued hands, and that distinctive Nomos typeface. Nothing is wasted, nothing is excessive. And yet the result is one of the most visually arresting watches you can put on your wrist. The DUW 3001 automatic movement inside is entirely in-house, beating at 21,600 VPH with a 42-hour power reserve, and finished to a standard that puts many Swiss competitors to shame. At 41 mm, it wears slim and elegant, the kind of watch that works with a suit, a blazer, or a plain white t-shirt without missing a beat. The Nomos Tangente Neomatic 41 retails for approximately $2,200 USD. Number 8. Oris Aquis date belongs to one of Swiss watchmaking's most beloved independents, and the Oris Aquis date is the watch that has put the brand firmly on the radar of dive watch enthusiasts around the world. Oris makes a point of remaining fully independent in an industry dominated by corporate groups, and that spirit of authentic watchmaking shines through in everything about the Aquis. Water-resistant to 300 meters, armed with a unidirectional rotating bezel and a ceramic insert on the higher-spec models, the Aquis is built to dive, but designed to be worn everywhere. The integrated bracelet gives it a confident, sporty profile that echoes the great tool watches of the 1970s, and the sunburst dials, available in an ever-expanding range of striking colors, including Caribbean blue, forest green, and deep black, photograph beautifully and look even better in person. The Sellita SW200-based automatic movement inside is reliable, accurate, and easy to service. At its price point, the Aquis date sits in a fiercely competitive space, but it holds its own through genuine personality, build quality, and that independent Swiss pedigree that resonates with collectors who care about what a watch stands for. The Oris Aquis date retails for approximately $1,600 to $2,000 USD depending on configuration. Number 7. Longines Spirit Zulu. Time Longines is a brand that rewards deeper investigation, and the Spirit Zulu Time is exactly the kind of watch that reveals just how much depth this Swiss manufacturer has to offer. Drawing direct inspiration from the pilot, watches Longines supplied to aviation professionals throughout the 20th century, the Spirit Zulu Time is a dual time zone watch, a GMT complication, executed with precision, clarity, and that distinctive Longines elegance that sets it apart from trendier competitors. The 42mm case is robust but refined, with a highly legible dial that puts functionality first. Bold numerals, clear 24-hour scale for tracking a second time zone, and luminous hands and indices that work in any light condition. Inside is the excellent in-house L847.4 caliber, featuring a silicon balance spring for outstanding magnetic resistance and a 72-hour power reserve. The bracelet or leather strap options both present beautifully, and the overall package has an authenticity to it that feels earned rather than manufactured. This is a watch with a real story, one born from aviation heritage and built to perform. The Longines Spirit Zulu Time retails for approximately $1,250 and $2,400 USD. Number 6. Tag Heuer Carrera Chronograph. Halfway through our list, and we arrive at one of watchmaking's most storied names, the Tag Heuer Carrera Chronograph. Born in 1963 and named after the legendary Carrera Panamericana road race, this is a watch that defines a generation of sports chronographs. It sits at the intersection of motorsport heritage, Swiss engineering, and design that has remained relevant across 6 decades without ever feeling dated. The Carrera is simply one of the great watch designs of all time. The modern Carrera chronograph, powered by the in-house Caliber Heuer 02, is where the story gets genuinely exciting. This movement is a column wheel vertical clutch chronograph with an 80-hour power reserve, rivaling far more expensive Swiss complications in both technical specification and finishing. The skeletonized dial options show the mechanism at work through the dial, which is a spectacular visual treat, while the classic 3-register layouts reference the original 1963 design. At 42 minutes with a refined case shape and outstanding bracelet quality, the Carrera wears as well as it looks. The Tag Heuer Carrera chronograph retails for approximately $5,807,000 USD. Number 5. Breitling Superocean Heritage. B20, we have a watch that perfectly captures the romance of the golden age of diving, the Breitling Superocean Heritage B20. While Breitling is perhaps most celebrated for their aviation timepieces, the Superocean Heritage is proof that they make equally compelling dive watches, drawing on a lineage that stretches back to 1957 when the original Superocean first appeared on the wrists of professional divers. The Heritage B20 is available in 42mm and 46mm case sizes and features a boldly styled dial with a retro-modern aesthetic that manages to feel nostalgic and contemporary at once. The vintage-inspired indices and handset, the colorful dial options in turquoise, brown, and classic blue, and the contrasting rubber or mesh bracelet pairings give it genuine visual punch. Powering it is the Breitling Caliber B20, a Sellita SW200-based movement offering a reliable 38-hour power reserve with 200 meters of water resistance. What you're buying here is a piece of dive watch history, Breitling's authentic heritage in ocean exploration, delivered in a package that wears remarkably well on modern wrists. The Breitling Superocean Heritage B20 retails for approximately $3,700–$4,300 USD. Number 4. Tudor Black Bay 58. The watch that changed the conversation about what a heritage dive watch could be and at what price. The Tudor Black Bay 58 caused a genuine stir when it launched because it took everything that made the classic Black Bay line so compelling. The snowflake hands, the gilt dial detailing, the domed sapphire crystal, the beautifully proportioned case, and shrank it down to a wearable 39mm that suddenly made sense on a far wider range of wrist sizes. Named for Tudor's 1958 reference, the first to achieve 200-meter water resistance, the BB58 carries genuine pedigree. The in-house MT5402 movement beats at 28,800 VPH with a 70-hour power reserve and QOSC chronometer certification, outstanding for a watch at this price. The fabric strap included with the watch is one of the best straps ever included with any watch at any price. Available in navy blue, black, and a stunning champagne-dialed gold-accented edition, the BB58 offers something for every taste. But what unites every version is that rare quality. It looks and feels like it costs significantly more than it does. The Tudor Black Bay 58 retails for approximately $3,504,000 USD. Number 3. Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional. There are watches, and then there is the Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional. At number 3 on our list, this is quite simply one of the most historically significant objects ever placed on a human wrist. Qualified by NASA in 1965 and worn on every crewed American space mission since, Including the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, the Speedmaster is the only watch ever worn on the surface of the moon. No amount of marketing can manufacture that kind of legacy. What makes the modern Moonwatch so compelling is that Omega has made the decision to keep it true. The case shape, the asymmetric pushers, the black tachymeter bezel, the hezolite crystal on the classic model, these are deliberate tributes to the watch that went to the moon. The caliber 3861 movement inside is a modern master chronometer certified coaxial escapement movement that dramatically improves on earlier generations in terms of magnetic resistance and accuracy, while maintaining the manual wind character that defines the Speedmaster experience. Wearing a Speedmaster is wearing a piece of human history, and for that reason alone, it belongs in every serious collection. The Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch Professional retails for approximately $6,700 USDs. Number 2. Grand Seiko Snowflake SPGA 2111. We have a watch that regularly brings seasoned collectors to a complete stop. The Grand Seiko Snowflake SPGA 2111. If you have not yet encountered Grand Seiko in person, nothing can fully prepare you for the experience. Japan's finest watch manufacturer has spent decades perfecting a philosophy of finishing, accuracy, and craftsmanship that exists entirely outside the Swiss watchmaking paradigm, and the result is something that must be seen to be believed. The Snowflake is powered by Grand Seiko's spring drive movement, a genuinely unique technology that combines a conventional mechanical mainspring with an electronic regulator, achieving accuracy to within 1 second per day and a silky smooth sweeping seconds hand unlike anything else in watchmaking. But the real story is the dial. Hand-finished in a technique inspired by the snow-covered mountains near the Shinshu Watch Studio, the white textured dial captures and scatters light in a way that changes with every angle and every lighting condition. Pair that with the legendary Zaratsu polished case. Surfaces so perfectly polished they look like liquid mirrors, and you have a watch that is less an object and more an artwork. The Grand Seiko Snowflake SPGA 2111 retails for approximately $5,800 USDD. Number 1. Omega Seamaster Diver 300 Amherst, the watch that, more than perhaps any other, defines what a modern Swiss dive watch should be. The Omega Seamaster Diver 300 Nel. This is a watch that has achieved the rarest of all things. It is simultaneously a horological icon, a genuine professional tool, and a watch that works on any wrist in any situation. From the seafloors to the silver screen to the world's finest restaurants, the Seamaster 300M belongs everywhere and looks extraordinary doing it. The current generation, introduced in 2018, is arguably the finest the Seamaster 300M has ever been. The ceramic dial and bezel give it depth and richness that metal simply cannot replicate. The laser-engraved wave pattern on the dial is one of watchmaking's most satisfying details, hypnotic in person, barely visible in photographs, and utterly distinctive in the flesh. Inside is the Caliber 8800, a coaxial master chronometer certified movement that is certified to be among the most magnetically resistant mechanical watches on the planet, accurate to 0.2 seconds per day after rigorous independent testing. The bracelet is a joy to adjust with its micro-adjust diving extension clasp. At 42 mm, it commands the wrist with presence, yet it never overwhelms.